Hi, my name is Lucas Lee, and I currently go to the Chinese International School in Hong Kong. And today I'll be talking about mental practice for adolescent tennis players, which includes mental imagery, self-talk, and goal setting. As an avid tennis player and passionate researcher, it has been an incredible journey to delve into the intricate relations between the mind and the sport of tennis. Drawing on the latest research in sports psychology, I have strived to provide a comprehensive overview of the psychological underpinnings of mental skills and how they can be applied to tennis. And by examining the cognitive processes involved, this review should provide valuable insights into the development and refinement of mental skills for tennis players. Studies show that mental imagery, self-talk, and goal setting are three really important aspects of developing a well-rounded and strong tennis player. Mental imagery can enhance visualization, self-talk can positively influence emotions and attitude, and goal setting is essential to creating the right path for any tennis player. Mental imagery is one of the main tools professional athletes use to enhance their athletic performance. It is a multi-sensory process that allows your mind to create vivid a vivid mental image of a particular situation. For example, whether it would be serving or hitting an unbelievable shot. Visualizing specific occasions in their minds repeatedly helps build confidence, improves muscle memory, and reduces pressure. This technique has gained international popularity among athletes from other different sports too. For instance, Seve Ballesteros, the former world number one golfer. He used the mental imagery technique on the way to one of the most prestigious golf tournaments of all time, the Augusta National Masters Tournament. Basically, his friend gave him a fake audio tape that announced the winner of the Masters Tournament where he was interviewed at the prize ceremony. And Seve listened to this fake audio tape over and over again before the tournament until the fake news became a reality in his mind. Seve ultimately won the tournament, and when he was interviewed, he stated that he was not surprised as he had already lived through that moment in his mind. So athletes can be creative with their mental imagery, imagining unique situations to prepare for unlikely events. This can support preparation for the unexpected in important matches. Creating different strategies to play out in their minds is also a possibility. So there are endless numbers of scenarios and ways to use your mind, especially when it comes to mental imagery, which makes that technique powerful and so useful for so many athletes. Self-talk. The way a person talks to themselves or a person's inner self voice can contribute positively or negatively to an athlete's game. Self-talk is most effective when used at the right time, whether before, during, or even after a match. When self-talk is used before a match, it usually sets a player's mind with the necessary mindset and goals to start the match. During the match, it can help players stay motivated and concentrated. And after the match, it is usually used for match analysis and is an opportunity for players to learn from their mistakes. So now negative self-talk can be extremely damaging to players. When a player talks negatively to themselves, it's essentially reminding the subconscious mind that the player has made a mistake. And one of the most important things about self-talk is that the player aims to motivate themselves to be in the present. And if a player constantly dwells on the past mistakes instead of being in the present, they can lose focus on the task at hand. Novak Djokovic, current world number one and 23-time Grand Slam champion, once said that before his 2023 Wimbledon final, if you're not present, things will go wrong for you. I think that I think that the recovery of how long you stay in that negative emotion is what differentiates you from the others, as it is almost impossible to always stay in the present. On the other hand, positive self-talk can enhance a player's level. A study evaluating the effects on motivational self-talk on self-efficiency and performance on 46 adolescent tennis players showed that the group focused on motivational self-talk had a significant increase in their performance level, including consistency, timing, shot placement. This suggests that players and coaches should definitely practice positive self-talk during matches, as it will benefit the players positively. Recently, I interviewed two outstanding wheelchair Paralympians, Leung Nhut Wing, who is a boccia wheelchair athlete with a world ranking #2 and two-time gold medalist at the Paralympics, and Ho Ka Sing, who is Hong Kong's #1 wheelchair table tennis athlete and Paralympic bronze medalist. They both shared a truly heartwarming story about their experience and how they overcame many challenges and difficulties. Leung's story of overcoming a severe accident that left his body paralyzed and then overcoming this adversity to emerge at the top of his sport globally truly inspired me. He told me that he constantly had to remind himself with positive emotions and self-talk of how fortunate he is playing a sport that he loves, and he tells me himself that he can do anything he wants to when he puts his mind to. And what made him even more inspirational to me was that he was actually once a top junior tennis player before this incident. Whole story was a little bit different. Growing up, he told me that the Hong Kong Sports Association was not very supportive and inclusive of wheelchair table tennis, as you know, it was not a mainstream sport. However, he persevered throughout the years, years and years, fueling himself with only positive emotions. And when Hong Kong started to recognize the sport more, he was able to make it to the Paralympic team and even achieve the bronze medal at the Paralympics. Goal setting. Goal setting is a process in which athletes and coaches establish aims for where they want to be in the future. It is a way for athletes to seek motivation, track progress, and set themselves on the right path. And goals influence and help players at high levels improve in their mental aspect of the game. In an article that measured the improvement of female collegiate tennis players, a quasi-experimental 8-week goal-setting program improved motivation, confidence, and performance. Dedication to skill development and making effective goals led to these beneficial performance outcomes. This suggests that goal making has a significant upside and positive effect on players. Thus, coaches should definitely set aside time to instruct their athletes on how to set effective and meaningful goals. One such example is SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, a SMART goal would be, by the end of the year, I will improve my serve consistency by increasing my first serve percentage from 60 to 75% in competitive matches. Specific, the goal specifies the aspect of the game to be improved, which is the serve consistency, focusing on the first serve percentage. The goal is measurable as it can be tracked by recording the percentage of successful first serves in competitive matches. The goal is achievable as it sets a reasonable increase from the current first serve percentage of 60 to 75% over the course of a year. It allows for gradual improvement and practice. The goal is relevant to the player's overall performance in tennis, as a strong and consistent serve can provide a competitive advantage and help dictate the flow of the match. The goal has a specific time frame of the year, providing a clear deadline for the tennis player to evaluate their progress. And by setting a SMART goal like this, the tennis player can establish a focused objective, track their progress, and work diligently towards improving their serve consistency with a realistic time frame. Furthermore, I interviewed Zhang Ling, a former WTA professional and Hong Kong #1 tennis player. She told me that she once actually lost 12 first-round matches in a row as a professional on the tour, WTA tour. Obviously, this was super detrimental to her confidence on court. So to compensate together with her coach, they worked on setting small, smart goals, winning points rather than games, and slowly they managed to overcome this hurdle. Ling later on reached a career high of 139 in the WTA rankings and won 14 singles titles before she retired. So for the conclusion, mental imagery, self-talk, and goal setting are 3 effective tools young tennis players can use to enhance their mental aspect of the game. By implementing practical and effective methods of goal setting allows players to have a clear focus and more purpose. Thus, if young players start to practice these aspects in their regular training regime, they may be able to reach a higher potential. Coaches should definitely consider these important physical and technical practices as they work together with their athletes to strategize on how to incorporate these skills into their game. Implementing these practices takes time, dedication, and consistent practice to master. So may this review inspire you to explore greater depths of your mental capacities and empower you to achieve new heights in your tennis game. Thank you.